Today I'm going to show you 3 different books. They are very interesting in my opinion, both because they have some interesting things, some cool things that I can show you, and because they make some nice sounds. So the first book that I'm going to show you is called the Norton Anthology of Poetry. So it's a collection of poems in English. This is usually used for a classroom environment. It's a really big book, and I might read you some poems that I like most. The second book that I'm going to show you is it's a piano score, piano sheet music. It's called Ludi Leonum by Paul Hindemith, who's a German composer. So this is not a normal piano score because in the sheet music the composer has included a number of drawings. They're really cute, really funny drawings, and I'm going to show you that as well. And the third book that I'm going to show you is a William Blake book. It's the complete Illuminated books by William Blake, who was a British author and poet and printer. So these are all books by him that he illuminated, which is to say that he included these prints that he himself used to make. It's also a very big book. So let's start with the Norton Anthology. It does make some nice sounds because it's a lot of pages and they're very fine pages. And it's marked, there are some colourful strips because I used this when I was teaching. So let's take a look at what it says about the book. It says, offering over 1,000 years of verse from the medieval period to the present, the Norton Anthology of Poetry is the classroom standard for the study of poetry in English. The 5th edition retains the breadth of selection and flexibility that have defined this classic anthology. So it has 1,828 poems by 334 poets. And it has some help with syntax and versification, explaining to you some of the vocabulary, technical vocabulary that we might need when we talk about poetry. This is a library book, so some of the pages are a little bit wrinkled, which is great actually. So it has a really long table of contents in the beginning. As you can see, let me show you. So it starts here, and it's a chronological table of contents, beginning in the medieval period, where the first text is Beowulf. And it goes on thousands of pages of poetry from different countries, but all of them in English. The first poems are in Old English, in Anglo-Saxon, so they have been translated into modern English. So this page here we have many of his sonnets and some of the songs that appear in plays. And I'm going to read you one of his sonnets, which is one of my favorite poems. He has hundreds of sonnets and they make up a cycle, supposedly. Some of the songs, the first ones, they were supposedly written to a man, to a young man, that Shakespeare admired. But some of the sonnets, they are very intimate, they are love poems. And some of the other poems, the other sonnets were written to a woman who many people call the Dark Lady, for some reason. And if you've seen Doctor Who, you know that it's Martha Jones. Some of the sonnets to the young man are called the Procreation Sonnets because they insist that the young man has children so that his beauty will live on. So I'm going to read you sonnet number 12. So let's say 250. This is beautiful. Here we are. There's a colorful strip here because I taught this sonnet to my students. So sonnet 12. This is an iambic pentameter, so let's see if I can do it. When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet bus prime, and sable curls all silver adorned with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girded up in sheaves, borne on the bier with white and bristly beard. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the waste of time must go, since wits and beauties to themselves forsake, and die as fast as they see others grow, and nothing against time's sight can make defence, save breed to brave him when he takes thee hence. So at the end we have the index. The index is very useful because I keep forgetting the names of poets and poems. You can find any poem either by their title or by the poet's name. We also have biographical sketches, which means there are some short paragraphs about each of those poets included here. There's a short biographical narrative, let's say, biographical background about these people. Let's see if we find anybody famous here. I don't see anybody famous here, which can tell you a little bit about the scope of the Norton Anthology, that they include many people, or it can just show you that I know very little about the poets. There's John Keats here. He was born in 1795 and he died in 1821. John Keats was born in London, the son of a livery stableman and his wife. At age 15 he was apprenticed to an apothecary surgeon, and on completion of his apprenticeship did further training at Guy's Hospital, London. Having qualified, Keats abandoned medicine for poetry. In 1818 he fell in love with Fanny Brontë. I hate Keats. Okay, so I want to show you another poem, but this time a funny one. There are a bunch of funny poems here. Walt Whitman here. Walt Whitman is one of my favorites. Here we are. There are a bunch of funny poems here. But they are funny in different ways, but there's one here. Let's see. Which is a very old poem and it's very funny. It's by Swift. So let's find here. Swift. Stella, stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone. That's a very mildly funny poem. So here we are. Swift, Jonathan, 568. Let's go there. It's in the very early pages of the book. The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. Very famous poem. John Keats, oh no. The Lion again. What number did I say? 500 something. I'll find it. Here we are, Jonathan Swift. Beautiful young nymph going to bed. It's the name of the poem here, but that's not the one that I want to show you. Jonathan Swift. Inscription of morning. Inscription. Stella's birthday. Here we are. This one's called The Lady's Dressing Room. It's about a man named Straven entering the dressing room of his beloved, of his mistress, his muse, called Celia. So it's a long poem, but I'm going to read just a short passage of it because it's very funny. So the lady's dressing room, 5 hours, and who can do it less in? By haughty Celia spent in dressing. The goddess from her chamber issues, arrayed in lace, brocades, and tissues. Straven, who found the room was void, and Betty, otherwise employed, stole in and took a strict survey of all the litter as it lay, whereof to make the matter clear, and eventually follows here. And first a dirty smock appeared beneath the armpits, well besmeared. Straven the rogue displayed it wide, and turned it round on every side. On such a point few words are best, and Straven bids us guess the rest, but swears how damnedly the men lie in calling Celia sweet and cleanly. This would probably rhyme with the time. Lie and cleanly. Now listen while he next produces the various combs for various uses, filled up with dirt so closely fixed, no brush could force a way betwixt. A paste of composition rare, sweat, dandruff, powder, lead and hair, a forehead cloth with oil upon, to smooth the wrinkles on her front. Here alum flour to stop the steams exhaled from sour and savory streams. There nightgloves made of Tripsy's hide, bequeathed by Tripsy when she died, with puppy water beauty's help, distilled from Tripsy's darning yelp. Here gallipots and vials placed, some filled with washers, some with paste, some with pomatum, paints and slops, and ointments good for scabby chops. Hard by a filthy basin stands, fouled with the scoring of her hands. The basin takes whatever comes, the scrapings of her teeth and gums, a nasty compound of all hues, for here she spits and here she spews. But oh, it turned Pooh Straven's bowels when he beheld and smelled the towels, begummed, bemattered, and beslimed, with dirt and sweat and earwax grimed. No object Straven's eye escapes, here petticoats in frowsy heaps, nor be the handkerchiefs forgot, all varnished over with snuff and snot. So as you can see, it's a very funny poem about this man who goes into his mistress' bedroom, and everything is foul and filthy because, supposedly in order for a woman at that time to look very beautiful, she had all these, gadgets to make her clean and beautiful. So all that, he could see beyond the facade of beauty. So it's the Norton. Very useful book. Let's move on now to Ludi Leonum by Paul Hindemith. This is an auto-library book. I actually got this as a gift as a present, and it may have been the best present I've ever gotten. Even though I don't even play the piano, but this is so adorable in a way, and I like the music as well. The thing is, let me show you the first page. I hope you can see it. This piece is actually called Ludus Tonalis, so it means something like a play of tones, or playing with tones, a tonal game in a way. So it's like a playful exploration of the sound of piano. And there's a bunch of lines all around that he drew on the score, and then he gave this illustrated score to his wife as a present. There's some very thick pages, but it's almost like a collector's item. You could use this to play the piece if you wanted, but so this book is called Ludi Leonum, which is something like, in Latin, it's like the games of the lion. Even though it's the same piece, so the illustrated version of the piece has a different title, I'd say. So here we have a lion looking up at himself in the mirror. I hope you can see it, because there's a lot of mirroring going around in the music. That you play a passage of the music and then you play it everything backwards, so there's a lot of mirroring. That was a very common technique in the Baroque period, which Paul Hindemith really admired. But this book is from the 20th century, I think it's from the 40s or 30s. And there's also a crab here, which looks like a lobster actually, because the crab was also a symbol in the Baroque period for music that goes one way and goes the other way, because the crab moves backwards, I would say. I don't know. So this is the preludium. So after the preludium, you've got the first fugue. The piece is a preludium. It opens with a preludium, a prelude, but then you have a series of fugues and interludes. So there's a fugue and an interlude, alternating fugues and interludes. So this is the first fugue. And as you can see, there's a little lion faces that he drew here in yellow. Supposedly in Babylon, the city, the ancient city, there was a very long wall, a blue wall, and it was adorned with lions, a sequence of lions, like they were walking in a queue, in a line. And in Hindemith, the composer, he thought that was a very interesting image. They could represent musical composition very well, because it could represent the way music works horizontally, in time, the way that one note and one melody plays one after the other, but the different lines of lions could also represent, the way that music has counterpoint and different themes, intersect, and one sounds at the same time as the other, so this creates harmony. What he did here, he drew this fugue as if the fugue were a wall with the lions representing themes. So I've got the middle voice. The first theme starts in the middle voice, then goes to the top voice, and then bass, and then the upper voice. There's the second theme, and then you can see how they all interact here. So after that, we've got, for example, one of the interludes. Like this. They are very free pieces. They don't have like a structure like this, and they are more atmospheric, let's say. So this one is very quick, so you've got a little lion driving a car. I think it's cute to just... No, I think that's it. Here we have another fugue. This one is very lively. So we've got a bunch of lions dancing around and jumping around, and the theme of the fugue goes up and goes down, so this happens with the lions. Here, for example, they are going up and down the stairs. So this represents the way the theme can change. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. There's variations that happen in a fugue. This is one of my favorite pieces from the cycle. This one of the interludes is just a pastoral piece, let's say, so it's very contemplative. So we've got a lion dressed as a shepherd. It's a very contemplative piece and introspective with a pastoral feeling. This one's very funny because it's also a fugue. So you've got the theme here being represented by this lion on top of the score. So you see this is the beginning of the theme and the tail of the theme. What happens sometimes is, you can see here, you see the end of the theme, and the theme begins again by it is inverted. So it begins with the tail of the lion. Not only inverted, but sometimes the lion is upside down. He's lying with his belly up. So that means that the theme is upside down. So for example, instead of the notes going up, now they do the same, but they go down. And then you have here the statues and the flowery line together, so we get the themes all mixed up. This one's like a juggling lion, so it's a very quick piece, very quick movement. We've got his juggling balls, and juggling pens, and juggling torches and fire. This one is very cute because there's like a lion, and I think it's like a baby lion, and the one is chasing the other. So it's a very fast piece as well. This lion is smoking. He's smoking, I don't know, thinking about life. So the smoke of his cigar. The smoke of his cigar here goes all over the score. And so on and so forth. I've got this all over the piece. Here it's raining on this lion. Here there are some lion holding coats of arms for some reason. Some of the drawings are very enigmatic, and I don't know how they relate to the music. This is also another fugue in which the lion represents the theme, and the line here represents the duration of the theme. So then sometimes you've got longer elongation, augmenting of the theme. Sometimes you've got an inversion, sometimes it is upside down, so it's very confusing. So that's Ludi Leonum version of the Ludus Tonalis by Paul Hindemith, who is one of my favorite composers. There's a short copyright 1943, so from the 40s. Sorry for that. That was a little noisy. There's a short text at the end. I like that most classical music books or CDs, they come in with information in different languages. So it's got a postscript in English, in German, in French, in Spanish, and in Japanese, I think. Japan is a big consumer of classical music. At least that's what I heard. So it says Ludus Tonalis is Hindemith's longest, most important, and most ambitious piano composition. Written in New Haven, Connecticut, USA in 1942, it resembles a modern treatise on art in its treatment of technical, theoretical, and pianistic problems. I'll try to read the other language, let's see. So, Nachwort. Der Ludus Tonalis ist Hindemiths umfangreichste, gewichtigste und Anbruch. I can't read it wrong. But I can try French. Conclusion. Le Ludus Tonalis est la composition pour piano de Hindemith la plus volumineuse, la plus importante et la plus complexe. Composée en 1942 à New Haven, USA, Connecticut, il porte les caractéristiques d'un livre d'art moderne, thématisant les problèmes pianistiques. Let's try in Spanish. Ludus Tonalis representa la más amplia, importante y sugerente composición para piano de Hindemith, compuesta en el año 1942. I'm just making this up. New Haven, podemos referirnos a ella como un libro de arte moderno que aborda temas de carácter tanto técnico y teórico musical como de composición y de problemática pianística. This is a very free translation, I think. So that's Ludus Tonalis. The last book I want to show you is this big one. Like complete illustrated books. It's not a very beautiful book, unfortunately. I mean, the production of it, especially because most of the books, I'll show you, most of the folios, the pages that Blake printed, they were reproduced very small, even though it's a gigantic book. So, for example, here's the cover for Songs of Innocence and Experience. It's a cycle of poems by him, and he illustrated and he printed, he did everything basically in the 18th century. So, the page, you've got an interaction of the images with the text. I'm going to read one of the poems that I like. It's from the Songs of Experience. So basically, innocence and experience are the two stages of the human condition. In William Blake's own philosophy. So innocence is like the state of nature, let's say. And experience is some sort of corruption and cynicism. But one cannot live without the other. Let's see. Okay, Songs of Experience. There are people crying on the cover. The poem that I want to read to you is called Fly. It's a very short poem. Here it is. We've got some people playing. There's somebody playing badminton, I think. Even though when you see that the poem is called The Fly, you immediately imagine that somebody's swatting a fly or something. But I think he's playing badminton. And then the poem is here. You can barely read it actually, because the handwriting is difficult and the printing is not so good, but it says, "Little fly, thy summer's play my thoughtless hand has brushed away. Am not I a fly like thee, or art not thou a man like me? For I dance and drink and sing, till some blind hand shall brush my wing. If thought is life and strength and breath, and the want of thought is death, then I am a happy fly, if I live or if I die. I like this a lot. So, some of the other books by him, which I don't know very well, they are printed much better. So, for example, we've got this black and white book, which is called America, a Prophecy. He used to write these books called prophecies, which is like an allegory of themes and spiritual, philosophical elements that he saw in some places. I've got Europe a prophecy and America prophecy. They're not actually prophecies. So this one's very beautiful, even though it's black and white. It says, prophecy, even though you can barely read it. So he was a brilliant artist and very different style of drawing things compared to other people in his age. So some of the other ones, let me show you. Are much more colorful, kind of crazy in a way. He was kind of crazy, I think. But I like him a lot. He has some very old-fashioned ideas, which is understandable, of course, but he believed in sexual freedom and equality of genders. So everything, the text. I think this is Europe, the end of Europe, a prophecy. The text and the images, they go together. You see, this one's full of bugs. This one's interesting. There's a spider's web in the middle of the page, and that of course, they are always related to the topic of the poem. Some of the words that he uses to be believed in everything and to be in balance. So, this is the last book that I was going to show you. I got this book just for fun, actually, because I wanted to learn a little bit more about William Blake. But it's a very ambitious project, I would say. And I still haven't read even half of it. I don't know what may happen. But I'm in a prose moment, a prose place, let's say, in my life. So I'll probably read some prose and read this later. It's also a library book. So this gigantic book by Blake, the colourful, playful book by Paul Hindemith, music by Paul Hindemith, drawings by Paul Hindemith, showing a lion representing the music. And finally, actually, the first one, so firstly, the Norton Anthology of Poetry. This big Bible-like book. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it had a lot of breaks, and please let me know if you enjoyed it and what are the kind of things that you would like to see more of.